Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I imagine a lot of YouTubers have done this kind of thing on YouTube, considering this kind of subject. So I just thought I'd give my 2 cents on the situation. So what is going on, guys? My name is Jack, if you didn't already know that, and this will be my discussion about the KSI versus Logan Paul fight that is happening on August 25th. Well, this month, and I'm very excited for it. I am very excited for it for many reasons. For one, I love the KSI and Joe Weller fight. I am a massive follower of both KSI and Joe Weller. Logan Paul not so much, but those are the kind of reasons that I'll get into in a moment. So first off, I just want to say that I have bought the pay-per-view for this event. I am so excited to watch it. I've seen the fight trailer, which I'll link in the description if you haven't seen that already, and if you are following the fight. This one has a bigger hype than KSI versus Joe Weller, just for the simple reason of it's essentially clash of the egos. You know, KSI, I remember when I followed KSI essentially since he started YouTube, and I've seen KSI change a lot in the time that he's done YouTube. I think it's 10 years maybe he's been doing YouTube, or he's only really put effort into it, I'd say, from a certain point in those 10 years. But I've been a big follower of KSI. I do love KSI. I think he's a very good YouTuber, and I think he does put a lot of effort and hard work, and especially where the boxing's concerned, he puts in a lot of time and effort for that to train. It was like with the KSI and Joe Weller fight, I was rooting for Joe Weller because I felt like KSI was just being KSI and going into it too cocky. But of course, KSI won the fight, and it turns out from the whole of the fight, in my personal opinion, KSI had the upper hand through the whole thing. It's like Joe Weller was too complacent to take him on, but that's just my opinion. That was what I thought about that fight. Now, when I saw KSI call out the Paul brothers, I thought to myself, I mean, I have seen Logan Paul vines. I can't say I'm a fan, mainly because, like, I found some of his vines funny, but not ones that I could watch over and over. When Logan Paul did what he did, without going into too much detail because it just blew up all over the internet, whatever respect I had for that guy has just gone out the window. That respect or any form of appreciation for anything he does for the YouTube community went out the window. Now, fair play, he had the decency to own up and admit he was wrong to do that. Anyone in the right mind, I don't care how much on a level of awareness you're trying to raise of that subject, the way he went about it was just the worst thing he could have possibly done. And then he's owned up to it, and fair play, because his whole career was on the line at this point. He was the architect of his demise. And then, of course, he's done the Den Animals thing with the taser. And I just thought to myself, Logan Paul, bro, you're not helping yourself out here. And your brother's just as bad. You and your brother got your dad to kiss a girl who was blindfolded, and your dad looked very into it. But that's a story for another time. This video is just all about the fight and my predictions for the fight. Now, naturally being a Brit, I would love for KSI to win. KSI, the thing is, he has done some questionable things, but nothing to the point where it has made me think I can't follow you, because at the end of the day, he is a good YouTuber. Whereas with Logan Paul, his attitude going into this whole thing, like walking out of the press conference, I'm just thinking to myself, do you actually want to do this fight? You're saying you want to do it, but do you want to do it? Now, I've seen, like I mentioned earlier on, I saw this KSI versus Logan Paul trailer. You get a glimpse of how they're training. So KSI's in the gym, Logan Paul's in the gym, but Logan Paul's also doing stuff outside the gym, like lifting trees. The only reason I feel like KSI would have the upper hand in this fight is because he seems to just not be stopping. Like, he just doesn't want to stop training. He's at it every day. And Logan Paul, I can't say I watch his content. I've tried watching his videos, and it's the same with Jake Paul. I think Jake Paul versus Deji will be a very interesting fight. I want Deji to win that, because Deji, again, good YouTuber, following in his brother's footsteps. Essentially, I'd say him and Deji were the sole reason their channels kicked off, because I believe Deji was in KSI's videos before he started his own channel, or he might have started his own channel and then he just took part in KSI's videos, and then once he started getting a bit of popularity, he just took off with his channel. I'm not entirely sure of the story behind that, but it's like some of the things that True Geordie says, and I am a big follower of True Geordie. I think some of the things he's spoken out on regarding this fight, you know, KSI asked him to commentate. Logan Paul was basically saying that all of the people who are commentating it and running the match are all KSI supporters and they hate Logan Paul. True Geordie has done a video on the thing that Logan Paul did earlier on this year. I don't want to go into detail over it because it is just a horrible thing, but if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about, and if you haven't, just look into it. I just refuse to talk about it on this video. True Geordie has never said he hates Logan Paul, but when of course Logan Paul did what he did, True Geordie was very opinionated on the guy. Now props to True Geordie because he just doesn't give a shit. He will just say how it is, and if you've seen the guy, if I got on the wrong side of True Geordie, I'll be totally honest, I would just go on my knees and beg for forgiveness because I feel like he just knocked me the fuck out. But he's obviously spoke his piece on that situation. Now he turned around recently and has said, I don't hate Logan Paul, but for you to call me out, and you know, I'm going to give it back as hard as you can give it. And then of course Logan Paul's got in touch with him, he's apologised, fair play to the guy, and then and he said, you know, I want you to commentate the fight, and True Geordie's buzzing because he did the Joe Weller fight, and now he gets to do this fight. He is essentially a sports commentator. He's done charity matches, you know, stuff for EA, all that. And everyone has their predictions on how this match is going to go. Me personally, I think KSI will walk away with it, only because he has such a huge following behind him, and the same goes for Logan Paul. People do support Logan Paul, not because of the stuff that he did, but because they are genuinely fans of him. The only reason I will back KSI is because KSI, he just, to me, looks more dedicated, and he is, well, to be fair, the title is on the line, the internet champion, I believe that's what it's called. It's all on the line, and I don't think KSI is prepared to let that slip. And when you've got people like the Sidemen behind him, and his brother Deji, and of course, like I said, his brother Deji's fighting Jake Paul, who knows what's going to happen, but I seriously do think KSI is going to have this fight. And if he doesn't, the tide of YouTube, the tide of the internet will change drastically. Logan Paul will once again have another thing to boast about, and another reason to prove why he's probably the best YouTuber out there in his eyes. KSI has the home advantage as well. Logan Paul knows how to get a crowd going. KSI knows how to get a crowd going. Judging by how the two recent press conferences have gone, KSI seems to have had the upper hand on him. KSI mentions his girlfriend, his family, his friend, and Logan Paul throws a tantrum and storms out. And then the one that they had in America, KSI really got under his skin by quoting what he said in that apology video to the internet over what happened earlier on this year. That really got under Logan Paul's skin. The only way Logan Paul seems to get under KSI's skin is if he directly provokes him, like pushing him or barging him. That is the only way I've seen him get under his skin. Now he's mentioned because KSI wears a bandana, what are you hiding under that bandana? KSI's like, nothing, I'm not hiding anything. Probably a hairline issue, but Logan Paul can't say nothing if that's the case because we've seen how thin his hair is. So he can't say nothing about that. But that's the kind of petty thing that I'm not going to go into detail about because that's nothing to do with the fight. All I'm basically saying is Logan Paul cannot get under KSI's skin unless he provokes him. But KSI can get under Logan Paul's skin, no problem. So come August 25th, we'll know who's going to win. We're going to see it. And I think KSI has it in the bag. But again, that's just purely my prediction. You know, I think he might end it early, but there's a chance, given the training that they're both doing, it could very go the whole way. Saying that, I did think KSI and Joe Weller was going to go the whole way. It didn't. I think it got to, I think it maybe just went over halfway, or maybe close to the end. I honestly can't remember. But that's the kind of thing I should have researched before I did this video. Those are my predictions on the KSI versus Logan Paul fight on August 25th. So what are your guys' predictions for it? This is a hugely discussed thing on the internet at the moment, so I would love to hear your feedback on it. So do you want KSI to win? Do you want Logan Paul to win? The Deji and Jake fight, who do you want to win out of that? Do sound off below. And if you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more like this, then do leave a like. let me know below, and subscribe if you've not done so already, and also hit that bell button to keep up to date with all my content. This is going to be a fierce fight, and I honestly can't wait, and I can't wait to hear the things the True Geordie's going to say during the fight. He calls it down the middle, so there's no way to prove that he hates Logan Paul. He has said he does not hate him, but True Geordie has been touched by people involved in that video sort of thing that Logan Paul did, that he's had to remove. So True Geordie is just for the people. Again, that's my opinion. What do you guys think? Sound off below, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care, guys.